welcome to my channel. My name is Deepa and this is Divine Tarot. So, you know that I'm doing a series wherein, I'm telling you guys about the, various topics and how I ascended with my twin, how I awakened my twin V and all of that. So, one such topic I have today for you guys here. My hair is still drying, it's still wet. Yeah. Anyways, so today I am talking about Kundalini awakening, and I'm also talking about image correction. Yes, so these two are intertwined. That's why I combined it today in this topic. Yes. So firstly, I'm also sipping my black coffee. Yeah. So firstly, what is Kundalini and what is image correction that I'm talking about? Yes, right. So firstly, Kundalini awakening is the process in Twinflame Journey. Yeah. It is, I'm going to talk in the layman terms in the most simplest of language so that you all can understand. Yes, all of you will not understand when I talk about various chakras, like, this chakra, that. Let's simplify. Yes, right, in the simplest of words. Yes, right. So, firstly, what is Kundalini awakening? To me, Kundalini awakening is nothing but a process of spiritual ascension, and Kundalini awakening talks about the process of meeting your twin. Yes, it's a process. And I'll tell you what exactly happens. Yeah. So you know that Kundalini can be awakened through yoga. Yeah. It can be awakened by a person who already is awakened. Yes. And it is nothing but the highest ascension form of divine feminine. Yeah. That is known as Kundalini. Like, highest ascension, highest form, of divine feminine. Yes, right? And it is a snake. Consider that as a snake, which, rocket shoots up. Yeah. So I'm trying to put in the layman words. Yes. So what happens, when Kundalini is awakened? Yeah. So the first thing that when Kundalini is awakening, especially in divine feminine, it will happen in you. Yeah. So when it is awakening is when you are about to meet your twin. Yeah. Right. So this is a concept. Consider it like a battery. Okay. 50%, 50%. Right. So you are here. Yeah. Divine feminine is a little speeder. But this is when both these are intertwined and it reaches its maximum power, like full boost power, 100% recharge. Yeah. So this part and this part. So this triggers this. Yeah. So because of the mirror soul concept, I did not tell all of that, you understood. Yeah. So right. So in 2017 is when my Kundalini awakened. Always Kundalini awakens, I'll tell you the best example. Yeah. So you know that in fashion movie, when when Priyanka Chopra, is in that form, and one day she sleeps with a black guy, in the movie, and then she has a bell, like a bell on her head, like what am I doing in life? That is known as the first awakening. Tell you in the best form, right? In the movie Fashion, Priyanka Chopra is in a zone, okay? And she forgets her root sources, and in middle she's in a zone, and then she sleeps with a random stranger, and that is when she's awakened, boom. Like, what am I doing in life? That is known as the first trigger, wherein you're awakened. Yeah, Kundalini is a process. Yeah, it's a process where you are, triggered by God, and everybody have their own experiences. Yeah, God triggers that. It's like a switch. Yeah, and you have this consciousnness within. Yeah, that what am I doing in life? Yes, you have that trigger. Yeah, so as you're awakened is the same time you suddenly start doing, like, you will suddenly start identifying God. You will suddenly start doing pujas, suddenly spiritual practices, everything is coming back. You're going back to your root. Yeah, right. So of praising the God. Yeah, so you suddenly you go in the zone. That is the awakening, that shift which happened. Yeah. So you see, Gautam, Siddhartha, if you see, right, he left entire his kingdom and he went and prayed, right? And if you see, if you see what made Parvati suddenly, come up and go to forest, that is awakening. I hope I'm making sense. That sudden push, right? So my awakening happened on April 9th, yeah, 2017. Yeah, that's when I was like, what the fuck am I doing in life? I had an experience. That experience, not gonna put it here. I want you guys to read it in my book. Yeah. So I had that experience. Yeah. And I spoke about that. Why am I marrying my soulmate one? There is somebody else, out there for me. This man is not the one. And trust me, there was no dispute, no nothing between me and my soulmate one. Yeah. And I was 3 years with that man, but that knowing, yeah, that is that first boost. Yeah. It's also associated with tantric sex. I'm going to tell you about what is that. Yeah. So it is a form of, a union between Lord Shiva and Parvati, right? So it involves, that when Lord Shiva marries Parvati, he also teaches her how to be Kali. Yeah, he gives her all the powers. He's a guru to her. Yeah, so he teaches all of that, right? So yeah, so he teaches all of that, and he helps in she being Shakti. Yeah, so he helps she being in Shakti. She taking the Shakti form, right? So Kundalini is where the divine feminine reaches the maximum power, like the maximum power. But I have a question to you. Yeah, everybody tell me, their Kundalini is awakened. Trust me, this is something that I also, So, when I met my twin, that is that awakening process, right? But it is driving you to find your twin. You have to find your twin. For what are you praying? Yeah, because you want to meet your Lord Shiva. And I've seen that, always when Kundalini awakening is when you're about to meet your twin. Yeah, and it happens first in divine feminine because the term is associated with divine feminine. Yes, yeah. So, tell me in the comments, when did you guys have? Without that, you will not even start Twinflame Journey. Yeah, without that, like nothing is going to happen. And I've seen that whenever Kundalini awakening is happening, automatically you will start praying for Lord Shiva. It happens automatically. Yeah, even if you are, other, like you do not know, like you are not of Hindu culture, you will for sure start seeing Lord Shiva, or suddenly, your Hindu friends may talk about it. Somewhere or the other, the root is Lord Shiva. Yes. So suddenly you'll start, praying to Lord Shiva and all of that. Yes. So that happens. Yes. So that's when, I started my Lord Shiva prayers. Like, what is happening? Why am I feeling like this? Yeah. In the same year, December, my twin messaged me. Yes. I know him from very long time. Our first interaction was then. Yeah. So Kundalini awakening is happening for you to find. It will be the same time you find your twin. Yes. So even it can be, just having a conversation over chat, because we are in the world of digital and all of that. But something in you starts triggering and you start learning from each other. Yeah. And you have this curiosity, this enthusiasm, like you met your female version or you met your male version. It happens and that triggers, right? So, something in them drives you crazy till you find out, your twin, right? And then I'm going to tell a very big topic today. And yes, and I want to put it out. Yeah, right? So, firstly, to attain the highest form of ascension between Kundalini awakening. Before that, I'm going to talk about one more thing, right? I always said that my Two of Cups is my twin flame card. I always said that. Yeah. And, the first sexual meet between you both, the yin and the yang, and, it's a complete circle, like it's formed, right? So you see, anytime when you're talking about Shakti, it is a ball. Yeah, it's a ball which creates flame, right? So it's a ball, right? So now this uniting of consider, both collided and they formed a circle. Now this ball is generating this power. Yeah, that is known as Kundalini Shakti. It's also known as Adi Parashakti. Yeah, that is why. Without only this half part, how can it attain without this male version? Like it needs that complete full circle of Kundalini Shakti to generate that power. Yeah. right? You see anything that's in the world that's generating power, it's always in a circle shape, yeah, right? So, right, and even if you see any turbines and all of that, all are circular, yeah. So, right, so this ball of Shakti, this ball of power, yeah, Shakti is known as power, yeah, ball of power, that is when it goes like full power, like the 50 and 50 have come to full this, yeah, right. So when this union happens, right, so in, like I said, two of cups is my twin flame card. The first, I'm gonna put it out in, the world, right? I have met so many twin flames, so many twin flame stories. I have done incredible amount of research in my 8 years, and me being psychic itself, right? Right? I am like, why did God choose me to talk on the most craziest topics? Yeah, which doesn't have any research, no material will be anywhere. That I am, hand over. Yeah. If you see in a tarot card, right? Swords represent your air signs, wands represent your fire signs, cups represent your water signs, and pentacles represent your earth signs, right? If you come to two of cups, I always said two of cups is my twin flame card. So the maximum people that I've seen have sex like between twin flames have already mastered, Kundalini awakening. I'll tell you what, right? So firstly, Kundalini is associated with yoni, like your female's private part. Yeah, yoni. Why is Kamkaya like the temple worship? Because, Sati Devi's yoni fell there, right? So that is worshipped, right? So even like yearly once, it even has periods and all of that. Yes. So, right. So this, what am I saying? Yeah. I just blanked out. Yeah. So I have seen that you need to be water signs on this journey. I have seen that this journey gets simpler if you are a water sign. I always said that. And I said that two of cups is my twin flame card. If both of you are water signs, I have seen that both who are water signs, like your divine masculine is water sign, divine feminine is water sign, both of them have already had, physical relationship, right? Like me, I am Scorpion woman and my twin flame V is Cancer, right? So both of us, so the journey is simplest when both are water signs. Already the universe has triggered. Like see, every sign has something to teach. If you want to learn boundaries, you ask pentacles, you ask earth signs. If you want to learn about action, you ask fire signs. And if you want to learn about, how to be truthful and, justice and all of that, you ask air signs, right? How to love, you ask a water sign. You ask water sign. And if you see in this journey, if you are not a water sign, you are always put in vicinity of a water sign. You're either your brother, your sister, your mother, your best friend, or, people are watching my video, I am the water sign, yeah? You are always in vicinity of water sign because bloody water sign teach you how to love. Yeah, they teach you that, right? So coming to the same concept, if you both are water sign. So the two of cups card is, two water signs. When divine masculine, divine feminine. Yes, and I have seen both when they are water sign. It is magic. Yeah. And I've seen so many stories. The two water signs. If you both are water signs, you already had physical relationship with your twin. Yes. So I have seen this and I'm putting it out in the public platform. Right. So, you learn love from water signs. And if both are water signs, divine masculine and divine feminine, both of them already had physical, I have seen everybody with water signs, do that. Let me know in the comments, and I already know who are they. Like I know them. All of them are water signs, both are water signs, and they already have, physical relationship. Yes. So that conjunction to reach the highest form of ascension. Yes. And only when you have physical relation with your twin is when like we told me this, yeah. So what happened, I'm telling you, right? So in 2017, I awakened, and in 2018, I met, right, my divine masculine. I know him from when we were 19 only, but the first day I saw him is when I know that he's my twin flame and all of that. And my divine masculine always tells me a sentence. He tells me that something happened and a rocket shooted up to my head. Yeah, right. So I was like, okay. Then I understood that it is Kundalini awakening, the highest point where this rocket hits you, right? So that is the highest ascension. So if you ask me, how do you ascend the highest? Why are you awakened? Is for you to, some of them never meet their twins. So they are in that. It's a very good process because, it helps you practice, it has, like, it helps you practice spirituality. And, you start doing for every tarot card reader, they take up seriously when their Kundalini is awakened and all of that. And then you start the process for like mastering of 7 chakras. It starts with Kundalini awakening. And I've seen everybody start Lord Shiva Puja. Automatically it happens. Or they at least try to know who is Lord Shiva. They Google search and all of that. Yeah. Right? That is the same time when you are meeting your twin. Kundalini is awakened. The same time when Parvati went into forest, to get Lord Shiva. Right? Right? It is also known as Shakti. That Shakti is known as, Shaiva Tantra, it is known as, right? So, yeah, so it means that, right? So, Adi Parashakti, yeah, Adi, there is Lord Shiva. You are not complete till this circle is done. Like that 50 and 50. That is what generates. If you see, sun is round, right? Source of power. Everything, right? Yeah, so this Shakti, that massive ball of fire, happens, right, when both intersect. Twins intersect. That's when it's, that boom, like push. So I'll tell you what starts then. Then starts the first chakra, the third eye chakra, right? It's very important to master your third eye chakra, right? Because you are listening to your heart, not your mind. Third eye talks about that. Third eye is, then you start with your crown, right? And crown talks about, downloads from the universe. So it's very important if you are a psychic, yeah, or you can skip. So I tell many twins to at least master your third eye. Yeah, at least basic level. Yeah, you need that. Third eye you need, otherwise you cannot have downloads in your story. You're just like one zombie finding. Yeah. So if you both are water signs, consider, like, go and pray God, every God. And I already know who are, the water signs. So just pray God that, you have given you have got the biggest blessing. Because God has chosen you as the 2 of cups, right? Now, who are not, yeah, you're always in vicinity of water signs who teach you, right? Who push you and you also attain, right? Yeah, so it's the first benefit is, because water signs are known for love. Yeah, that's a known fact, right? And now I'm gonna tell you like what happens, yeah. So my divine masculine told me in the year 2021, and I was like, why this man took so many years, yeah, to tell this, yeah, that he felt this Kundalini awakening and all of this. Then I understood that always remember your divine masculine is in more circles, has more responsibilities, is under influences of many people, all of that. There is lot here. And yeah, divine feminine you also, but it's lesser, right? And you are speed, right? Because if this 50% and this 50% needs to be charged, this 50% will be charged to sooner. You divine feminine, you will do fast, yeah. And this man needs to come, right? And then I understood when my my V opened his mouth. Oh my God, did this guy just master his third eye? Yeah, and now he's in the process of crown. Yeah, right? So it's all a process. And let me tell you something, when I tell today that I have mastered third eye, it's already there, like your twin is supporting you. And I want you to understand that your twin is supporting you, right? Without your Lord Shiva, what are you going to do? How can you say like awakening only? Yeah, it's just the time difference. It's that Interstellar movie wherein 1 hour on that water planet was 7 years on Earth. It's time is not of a constraint, yeah, in this journey, right? So it can only happen the highest form of Kundalini. And Kundalini is awakened only like to find your Lord Shiva. You have to. Some people do not find it, like it's not, but they are surrendered to spirituality. There are various forms. I even heard that, drug LSD helps you with, Kundalini. I don't want to talk about this. I'll get demonetized. Yeah. So, right, there is a saying, right, that, yeah. So, awakening, there are XYZ factors. But I have seen that the highest form, like the most beautiful form of awakening happens when you have to find your twin, right? So it's, you go and it's the same time you're finding your twin and you triggered this. Like it's a, ripple reaction, right? You have awakened, so you trigger your guy, right? So when I met V and all of that, we always like used to tell his friends that I don't know why I'm constantly thinking about this girl. This girl never leaves my mind and all of that, yeah? Because, he's like triggered, and slowly you start giving up everything after awaken, and, you are in the process. So if you are in twin flame journey, you have to ascend, you have to reach your highest peak, you have to, yeah, it is a process. That is what is this union about. You reaching 50 and 50, and everything is associated with your Kundalini, yeah. From there starts all the chakras, like snake. If you see, like these two snakes are intertwined, right? Right, exactly. Yeah, Kundalini, everything is associated with this, and it's very important to achieve this, right? And I was like, why this man took so much time? Then I understood, maybe DM have too many challenges, too many addictions to quit. They have too many circles. They are always with karmics. They are like, a woman identifies love faster. Yeah, right. So just that concept. Yeah. So yeah. So in my case, yeah, my divine masculines love, like, inspired me. So if I'm doing everything here, and now I'm going to talk about image correction. I'm going to talk about, this is a very rough video, and I want to keep it rough without too many terms, without brainwashing and all of that. Yeah, I've seen people talk about this triangle, this is, it's too hard. Why are you not understanding about a person who's watching this? Like, why can't a simplest person understand it? That's why I make my videos very simple, in a simplest language, without using this terminology, spiritual myths and all of that. It's very confusing, yeah, right? So you can just Google search what is Kundalini and all of that, right? So it's associated, if you are two of cups, like two of cups, like what? Two, both are water signs. You have a divine blessing, yeah, right? So it's, I just want you to say that your Kundalini is like in its highest peak, yeah. Now is when all of these, like that balance, it's like a globe, wherein both are rotating, like yin and yang. Consider that they are rotating like this, right? Both are not in same direction, right? Both are not rotating like this. Both are like this, yeah, right? I want you to consider this like a globe, and where they all intersect, like exact match happens. That's where the union happens. So both are rotating like this, right? So yeah, so I, one by one, we are ascending, working on all of our chakras, root, yeah. And I've seen that once you have with your twin, like I'm talking about sexual relationship, it's very hard to have with somebody else. Like you just cannot, yeah, you just cannot, yeah. It's done. Like you cannot, no matter how hard you try, that person is stuck in your mind. Repeat, like it happens. Because you have, like, that Kundalini has hit a blast, yeah, wherein the Parvati and Lord Shiva have united, yeah. So right, this is associated with sex, like it's a fact, yeah. So I always, that's why I tell that everybody that you to experience all of this, to feel that immense depth connection of all the chakras with your twin, you have to have it, yeah, right? So I can I tell people to consider this a part of twin flame journey. Why is it called like sexually also very high, yeah? In this journey, it's very sexually also very high ascension, right? So because of that Kundalini Shakti, that Shakti which you're generating, that power which you're generating, right? Yeah, because of that. Now I'm going to talk about image correction, right? So in 2018, then we got a break, and 2019 entire year I didn't talk to my twin. But one thing that I've actually one of my friends confirmed today, yeah. So right, so 2019, when I was like, what were we both doing, yeah? Because I was not, I just was like, I know he's my twin, I have to marry him, all of that I know in 2018 only. But there is something that we just took a break, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't check on him also in 2019. Then I understood that, oh my god, I was just focusing on my career. Yeah, like crazy career. I was like, I'm done with all this shit, hanging around, boozing around, parties and all of that. I'm done. That is all your Kundalini, right? And that is triggered by your twin. Yes. And the highest, like the completion happens after you physically meet, like after you sexually have with your twin, right? And my mom always used to tell me a statement. My mom is a Sagittarius, by the way. And my mom always tells that, my daughter, like she tells everybody, right? That, my daughter taught me how to love. Yeah. She tells that after my dad is also a Cancerian. So my mom always tells that only two people in the world have taught her how to love, like completely. That is my father and then it is me, right? Then I'm like, we both are water signs. My dad is a water sign and I'm water sign, yeah. So love, you learn love from the water signs, and only please don't learn love from Pisces, because it is I always consider Pisces like squeezed between Aquarius and Aries, like they're just squeezed there, yeah, right? And they get influenced very easily. So find yourself a Cancerian or a Scorpion, yeah, they will teach you the right way of loving. Pisces are very softy. It is like two fishes, they cannot survive alone. So yeah, no offense to Pisces, but it's the truth. Right? They are squeezed between Aries, the Mars, and Aquarius, the Saturn. It is squeezed between. It's sandwiched between, like that bench, somebody sitting on the bench that has two, very hefty, two like very strong people, and then there is this Pisces that's very thin. That is Pisces, yeah, right? So yeah, so learn from a Cancerian or from a Scorpion, yeah, right? Both way of teaching is different. Scorpions, teach with very, you're not afraid of anything. Cancerians teach you very emotionally, like my dad and we, right? So both have difference, but water signs, you learn love from water signs. That's why you're watching my channel, yeah, right? So like this, see, everything, love language, I'm not saying the other people are not doing love, but I'm talking about showering love, I'm talking about expressing love. All that water signs can teach, it's their proficiency, right? So now I'll tell you what happened. 2019 entire year, me and we were only focused on work. Yeah, I don't think he even remembered me in 2000. Yeah, in the back of the mind we remember, but the first process after your Kundalini reaches higher state is you start your focus, you achieve focus, right, in your life. That focus comes with that highest ascension, high focus, like straight line, right? That I want this and want that. But who triggered that? Who brought that is your twin, is your Lord Shiva. Like I brought for we bought from me, right? Now I'm going to talk about image correction. I'm just going to keep this 20 minutes, 25 minutes, not too long. So part 1, right? Now talking about image correction, why this is so important. The entire world, and mainly if you're a divine feminine watching this is very, very, very important. Divine masculine has two phases. I always say that, unawakened, awakened, yeah. So both even the unawakened, even if your divine masculine is, so I want you to treat your twin as two parts, your divine masculine as two parts, unawakened and awakened, and both the parts love you immensely. Even if he is unawakened, he knows that he fell in love with you the first time, right? So I'm going to talk about why image correction is important, you divine feminine, and I have done that, right? So entire world, because there are two parts, unawakened, awakened, right? So in unawakened version, your twin is, he can be a Casanova, he can be a playboy, he can be any XYZ, right? Yeah, he can be, smoker, anything, yeah, right? So you divine feminine have to correct this. I'll tell you how, right? So the entire world is going to talk shit about your divine masculine, yeah, right? But who will correct it? Yeah, this other part, right? Yes, you are supposed to tell, because you are catching the heart. You are not catching this mask that this man is wearing. You are catching the heart, right? How is his heart? Yeah, you are supposed to tell, right? So till 2020, till we reconnected back and all of that, I used to talk like, I used to believe, it was 50-50, because, my intuition, my heart used to say something else, and, people used to talk something else. And there was always, a difference of opinion. And, people used to be like, how can you be with the guy, this, that, this, XYZ, and all of that, right? And then I took a breather. I always said that, I just zoned out myself. And I took a breather that, no, this man is not this. How can, I have seen the most softest side of V, and he's like a teddy bear, and, later I found out he's blue aura, he's Cancer. Like, every sensitive quality this man has, yeah. And then I was like, no, this is not him, because, he has not behaved like this with me and all of that, yeah. So there were these traits and all of that, but I always, used to catch his heart. How are you catching his heart? Because you have mastered third eye. That's why. Because you are catching what's in his heart. Third eye is always associated to what your heart tells, right? And in 2021, yeah, I always spoke about, how we awakened and how we went Las Vegas, and there Sai Baba told me and all of that. But in 2021, I told this man a dialogue that there is, because he was trying to talk opposite with me, and I told him that, there is a disconnect between your heart and mind. There is no link only. You're talking two things. I told this, and that man got triggered. How dare this girl tell me? Because, generally divine masculine only take your words, divine feminine. You're also a guru and a mentor. So he took it on a task, and he started listening to his heart. What is that meaning? Starting listening to heart is third eye. That man mastered third eye. That's when he told me what it meant, like Kundalini, reaching highest ascension, like rocket and all of that, yeah. Like a rocket boost hit your head, like it's got like this soup. All 7 chakras are awakened, yeah. So that is known as, I've always said in all of the videos that my major goal in life is to master my 7 chakras. So it happened. Yeah, one more thing I'm going to tell you, right? So from 2020, 2020 only I started slow by slow. When people used to tell me, XYZ about my twin, I used to be like, no, he's like this. Yeah. Do you know how much he loves me? Do you know how caring he is? He's an amazing interior designer. He's an amazing stylist. This quality is so good in him. He's a very, he's very he's a very good host. I started telling XYZ, yeah, right? And he's so hardworking. He always goes to gym. This I have done, yeah. I image corrected. You divine feminine, you have to image correct your twin. Yes. And everybody were like, this girl is stupid. She's talking rubbish. Yeah. People thought that. 2020, 2021, 2022, I kept on. I never missed my goal, because, it is my duty as his divine feminine to image correct my twin. Yeah. And I was like, no, did you see how he does his martial arts? Replace it to your story. Did you see how hardworking is that man? How dedicated, how health conscious is he? I started telling people this. Yeah. Right. And then 20% started believing. 40% started believing. 50% started believing. 70% started believing. Right. Now when I tell people that, there was a time when this man was like this in 2017, 16 and all of that, nobody believes me. They're like, Deepa, now it has changed. That image has changed. And, and now people are like, Deepa, maybe, he was back then like that. Yeah, but now he's like this. This man is madly in love with you. Yeah. So you image correct divine feminine. It's a very big task on you. Right. And then you will be asking me like, who is image correcting, we. Right. We divine feminine. That automatically happens once we come in union. Even when you're divine masculine. I've seen the divine masculine talk in small group. Yeah, divine feminine talk in a larger group before union, before marriage. Yeah. Right. So, before union, before marriage. But after, I have seen that when divine masculine, slow by slow, for example, he started talking with 2 of his friends, then it will become 4 friends. Then it will become 10 friends. Then it will become 20 friends. I'm telling in an example. Then he starts telling his family about you. So, everybody starts saying it's a vice versa. If your person is you are image correcting your person also will start, right? Because already entire world is jealous of divine feminine, yeah, and all of that. Your person is plays a role of more of a protector, yeah, right? So he ensures that when he tells about you, he also ensures that he's protecting you, right? Because there is a saying, when you talk too much about the girl, all men want the girl. Yeah, so your person starts protecting you also. From one person, it will start quadrupling. Yeah, and after marriage, automatically after marriage, and in this journey I've seen, after marriage it's like reaches tenfold for divine feminine, right. So this is a process. It's very important to image correct your guy. Yeah, only you can. This is a task that universe has given you, because you are connecting to the heart of this guy, and this guy is not so bad. Yeah, right. He's obviously your, yeah, he did make mistakes, he did choose wrong routes and all of that, that is there, but he's not a bad guy. You please, you know you have to image correct, right. I started teaching, I started telling people, like in my captions of Instagram, like coming here making videos, my Instagram stories, my WhatsApp statuses, everything I image corrected. So right, so image correction is also a process. Yeah, so I can come to 100% when that man, I see that man as a husband, when I see that man as a father, when I see that man, like we grow old together and all of that. It's a process, it's an everyday process, right. And whenever I shout on him, if I do not like something, I shout on him, but when he even corrects it and makes the change, I also appreciate him, right. Because we are in two role. Yeah, because mother also beats and also praises. Yeah, right. So yeah, so that's a topic, right. So it's very important that in Kundalini you master the third eye. Yeah, when you're reaching the highest ascension. Then if you are a psychic, it is very much needed you master your crown. You have to, because universe gave you a task of telling others, right? So water signs are very blessed, and if you are other signs, you are in vicinity of a water sign, like your sister, your brother, like your brother, like your father, like your mother, somebody or other will be water sign. Yeah, and you have to learn from them how to love. Yeah, right, how to show love, what is the correct way of loving, right, all of that you learn. Yeah, and I have seen in all of the twin flames who are both water signs have already had physical with their twin, right. So right, so that's why you feel your twin depth, right. And I as I said, I am gold aura and my twin is blue aura. Yeah, and I was other day just researching about blue and gold aura, like how they look in combination and all. If you see, it's so deep, like it is so royal, that combination. I just want you to, I'm gonna post on community. Yeah, that it's so deep, and that triggered me. Oh my god, this depth only water signs have, like it's like Pacific Ocean. Yeah, because that depth only you water signs can feel, right. And you teach the other signs. Yeah, and the fastest to catch the next is earth signs. Yeah, after water signs, because they're opposite, right. Cancer is opposite Capricorn, Scorpio is opposite Taurus, Pisces is opposite Virgo, and all of that. Yeah, right. So you learn. Yeah, that's why. And water signs are already gifted, because it also has the role of moon. They are already gifted with intuition. Yes. So right, so that was your topic. Let me know your thoughts. So you attain Kundalini highest ascension, and after you have with your twin, if your person tells you, right, for somebody who's married, if their twin is married to soulmate and all of that, right, and who's with karmic, there cannot be sexual relationship between them after these both have. Yeah, they just leave. That is also the reason for leaving, that there is nothing. Yeah, because their mind cannot sit calm. Yeah, my twin has told his friends, this girl doesn't leave my brain. Yeah, right, because that we are generating that power, that shakti, right, that megawatts power. Yeah, like we are generating that. If you know that from that shakti, the first person that's born is what? Lord Kartikeya. Yes, and I spoke about a dream that I had in 2020, 2021, 2020 during lockdown, wherein Lord Shiva tells me that why are you praying to me? You have to pray to my son. And I am like, it was a 4 o'clock dream. I felt like somebody is waking me up, and I'm like, why God is telling that? I woke up in the morning and I told my mom, and I'm like, I pray to Lord Ganesh always. Then he told me that he wants me to pray to Kartikeya, Lord Kartikeya. In our south, it is known as Subramanya. Okay, so God wants me to pray for that. Yeah, to Lord Subramanya, is because the first Shakti that's from that's coming, from that ascension, from that union that is coming, is Lord Kartikeya. That's why he has so much power in him to fight wars and all of that. Lord Kartikeya. Yes, right? So it is all like he was raised by the sages' wives and all of that, right? It's another story. Yeah, but from that Shakti that came first is Lord Kartikeya, right? It's a union. That goddess Parvati had a shrap on her, yeah, that she cannot have a child from a stomach and all of that, yeah. So right, so that's why that union, that is exactly when goddess Parvati was being trained to that Shakti. Yes, so that is your part 1. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out your regular video so you image correct your guy. Yes, it's very important because you are the only person on this planet, his others half, that will know him, right? Apart from universe. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video with another, like I'm gonna make parts to all of this, right? So it's a process. Yes.